Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars and a Merry Christmas to all of you. Today I'm bringing you a Christmas film review, and the film that I'm doing my review for is the 1999 version of the classic Charles Dickens novel A Christmas Carol. A film that is directed by Hugh Jones, and it stars Patrick Stewart as Ebenezer Scrooge. We have Richard E. Grant, Joel Grey, Saskia Reeves, Ian McNeice, Bernard Lloyd and Dominic West making appearances. Now this personally is probably my favourite version of A Christmas Carol. I just think it's absolutely brilliantly done, this one. And I think the reason why it makes it a little bit special is Patrick Stewart, and you may or may not know this, at the time he made this film, he'd been playing on stage A Christmas Carol, a one-man show of A Christmas Carol for about 10 years, I believe it was. So he knew not only the Ebenezer Scrooge character inside out, he knew all the other characters inside out because he'd done a one-man show. So that level of knowledge and understanding of the characters and things just shines through here, certainly from Patrick Stewart's performance, who I think gives one of the best Ebenezer Scrooge performances I've ever seen. When he's really, really mean, he's really mean, and there's some scenes at the beginning where he's really quite cutting, and then the stark change then in his personality later is just wonderful to see. And I think that stark difference really stands out. There are some versions of A Christmas Carol where that I really enjoy. I mean, generally speaking, I enjoy most versions of this story. But sometimes they tone it down a little bit, the grumpy side of Ebenezer, and make him more comedic than a horrible person. Well, they don't really do that here. They absolutely make him, and Patrick Stewart makes him a really horrible person, and very hard to like anything about his personality, to the point where you actually question, why does he deserve this second chance? And again, in other versions sometimes you don't really ask that question. So I just love this version. I think it's really well cast. I think Richard E. Grant as Bob Cratchit was perfect casting. It really is. And when you see his relationship with his family and his wife Saskia Reeves, this real family dynamic, it really works. I think sometimes the child performances in movies like this let it down. I think the child performances here don't do too badly at all, you know, with the Tiny Tims and the other members of the Cratchit family. I think the ghost performance, I think Joel Grey as the ghost of Christmas Past stands out. But I also enjoyed Desmond Barrett's portrayal of the ghost of Christmas Present. For years I always thought it was Edward Woodward, I don't know why, but it isn't. Two very strong performances and a very classic version of the Ghost of Christmas Future. So it all works really well. There are some fun comedy bits in it. There's actually a scene in it as well where at the time when this came out in 1999 in the UK, there was a real bout of what was it called? I don't know. There was a problem with the British beef and things like that. It was worldwide, if you like. Everyone knew about it. And he makes a crack at the beginning of the film, Patrick Stewart, about the fact that there's some dodgy British beef about at the minute, which I thought was really nice. It always raises a smile when I watch that. And it's just a wonderful story, a wonderful film. And it's, for me, it's one of the best. I think that it certainly stands out because it's so well made. I mean, it was never released at the cinema. As far as I'm aware, it was a TV movie. I used to watch this on Channel 4 in the UK. Every year it used to be on Channel 4, and it was about Christmas Eve. I'm sure they used to put it on. I'm sure it'll be on again this year at some point. And then about 5 years ago I got it on DVD, so that I could, my reasoning was that I just wanted it in my collection. I could watch it at any time, but I only ever really watch it at Christmas time. I watched it last night again with my wife. Really enjoyed it again as usual. And yeah, I think it was TNT that made it for TV at the time, but I think it could have been released at the cinema. The effects are decent enough for the time. They still stand up reasonably well today. They're nothing outstanding, but you know, they certainly got a certain amount of charm to them, the effects. I always had a problem with Joel Grey's character, the Ghost of Christmas Past. The fact that he shines and he looks very ghostly, and then he's got these weird, like, posh shoes on. Just seemed a bit of an odd choice for me, you know. You can't help but take your eyes off it when he's on screen when they show his feet. It just seems a bit of an odd choice. So yeah, I can't imagine there's many of you who won't have seen certainly A Christmas Carol film. There's so many out there now, and I believe the BBC are doing another version, a 3-part mini-series of A Christmas Carol coming out this Christmas. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. I'm not sure if Tom Hardy's in it or if he's one of the producers, but I think Tom Hardy's been involved in it, and I think Guy Pearce might be playing Ebenezer Scrooge in this one. So who knows, it might be so good I might have a new favourite version, but until then this is still my favourite version of all the versions that are out there. And it's a very, I feel like they don't take liberties with the story. It's a very faithful adaptation of the Charles Dickens novel. They've been very traditional about it in regards to how they tell the story. They're not taking any liberties at all, which again I appreciate. So yeah, that is my review for A Christmas Carol. I'm giving it a very, very strong 9 out of 10. It's a fantastic Christmas film, a fantastic Christmas story, and I hope you're having a fantastic Christmas, everybody. So thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you back for more reviews on Screen Stars.